So this is a town, kind of a small town in the northern part of Seoul, or northern part of South Korea, called Jipyeong. I'm kind of heading down a mountain here, some farm country, from my friend Steve's house. This road is basically wide enough for one car, with some turnoffs and whatnot, but anyway. I came down here in winter one time and it was it was interesting, to say the least. One of the most nervous I've been is because there was snow on the ground and the car was slipping, and I kept it in first, but it ended up being fine. But man, if I slid, it would have been right down off a ledge into a farm field. Anyway, Jipyeong, there's a military base here. You can kind of see it on the left. Barbed wire, the fence and all that. There was apparently quite a large military conflict back in the Korean War here. And I guess North Korea had support from the Chinese. They were invading this area, and then South Korea had support from the U.S. and they were defending this area. Yeah, apparently it was just a brutal time. Freezing cold winter. Some just phenomenally brave people that fought that war too, I guess. Crazy times. Yeah, this is my last day up in this area. I was working at a place called Yangpyeong English Village. By the way, there's Solongtang on the right here. Really good restaurant. We had lunch there today, but yeah, I worked there 3 out of the last 8 years, and it was nice. You know, I mean, even now, since I just finished a few days ago, when I look back, it's like, oof, that was a big bump. Yeah. Even just looking back from being finished as of a few days, you know, I met so many great people, and that's really all that's going to stick in my memory, unless I really start to talk about like the idiot president or vice presidents and their shenanigans and the corruption and the SDA religion and all that garbage and some of the. Anyway, I don't want to get into the negative stuff, but the people, I'll say this, the non-SDA people were fantastic. And the SDA people generally were, wow. Anyway. But it was a great place to work. I learned a lot. It was challenging. Yeah. And since I'll be living way down south, you know, I won't really get to meet many of these people very often. And that's the sad part about this, you know. It's interesting because, you know, quite a while ago I finished up here, and when I came back a year ago, I started working here again. It was just like, wow, blast from the past. And now, this is the last time. School's closed down. Done. I spent the last 3 weeks in Suyu. Suyu is the northern part of Seoul. So they've consolidated an English village there from the two, like Yangpyeong and Suyu. They've consolidated it down to one. And I've heard that, now I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard that there's corruption there too. And so the government has revoked their lease for like starting in August. I don't know if that's true or not. I really kind of hope not, because there's some teachers there that I know really kind of are relying on this as their livelihood, and I don't know what they would do otherwise. And I know they're setting up their life in Suyu, so I hope the stupidity and the corruption of the leaders just doesn't end up messing that up for them. You know what I mean? It's like if they just stayed home. If they just stayed home and let other people handle all this and didn't get involved, everything would go well. And, it's a good group of teachers. There's good administrators and leaders and stuff like that. And they really got a lucky thing going. If they just didn't step in and screw everything up, it would be fantastic. Fantastic for them too, Just go golfing. That's my message to the SDA people. Just go golfing. That's what rich people do. It's the thing that rich people do. Just go golfing. Stay away. Check your bank account every once in a while and see how much, the stash of money that you're making. And yeah. Anyway. We taught at this school, the school on the right, I think we taught there a couple of times. I think it's an elementary school, but I could be wrong. It might be a middle school. Prices have jumped around here a lot lately, like 50% in a lot of cases, for just like food and stuff like that. Gas has gone up. I don't know. I feel like there's going to be a lot of struggles in the future, but maybe not. Maybe it's just. Maybe summer will come and prices will drop and all that, Maybe. This place has changed so much in the last 8 years. Korea in general just changes so quickly. And, they said in the 1950s this was like the poorest country on the planet. And I've heard stories. And I've seen some old pictures too. There's King Mart. I think King Mart was new when I first got here. I think they had just built it. A lot of these restaurants weren't here. Anyway, they worked hard. Yeah, they worked hard. I think the real, I'm going to get the socioeconomic thoughts here. Here we go. I think the real problem today is you can work hard, and it's not going to get you, not necessarily get you any further than if you didn't work hard. That's the problem. It's like you can study your butt off and work an extreme amount of hours. You're going to get paid the same no matter what. Now they expect you to work a certain amount of hours. Like, if you go home at a normal time, then you're going to be judged as a bad employee. So you got to stay extra time for the same pay, just to stay on the good side of the bosses here in Korea, I don't know, and I think Koreans are doing better than, let's say, for example, people in the U.S. People in the U.S. it's like, you go to university. You know, what kind of job are you going to get afterwards? And that's changing a little bit. It seems like it's flipping around a bit because people are just not taking the rock bottom wages anymore. It's like, I mean, my mom worked as a special needs, special ed kind of assistant. I mean, like she was in charge of the special ed students and special needs students at school. So like basically, she was the assistant to the teacher, but I mean, she had quite a tough job, and she was making something like $10 an hour. And then she got insurance, but that basically cost her all the money that she made just for basic health insurance. So she wasn't making anything, and she was working so hard and dealing with so much stress and everything like that, and just like she'd come home and drink a cup of tea and stuff. But I mean, like, yeah, she had nothing but health insurance, and even if she got sick, well, the deductible on those things is just outrageous. So it's like, it's so ridiculous. And then the thing is, the older generations, they had the opportunities. I mean, like, they had to work hard, yeah, but when they worked hard, that translated directly into wealth. And so then they ended up doing pretty well, and then they judge the modern economy the same way. So they say, oh, well, you know, if you're willing to work hard, you can make a lot of money, you know. Yeah, the problem is it just doesn't seem to be that way in reality. I think the guy at the guard gate just came out. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna do a drive-through Young here. This is last time. Well, it's not the last time for me. I'm gonna, you know, there's the garbage stuff on the right there. All the housing for the teachers on the right. Classrooms on the left. Actually, I'm going to stop this and do a different video.